Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade and the return of Low Effort Sunday. I used to do these a lot more often and they kind of fell off for a while. I do them once in a great while now, but I was having a discussion with a patron a couple days ago who is working on expanding their business quite a bit right now, putting a lot of effort into growing while we're in this nice bull market. And they said they were having trouble with just basically like logistics and organization, and they actually said they had boxes everywhere in their house from buying, from packing up orders to sell, etc., and asked me for some advice on it. And I thought about what do I do? And, there's kind of the basic stuff like, well, you can take USPS flat rate boxes that you can get for free, and you can use those. They hold about 4 Magic Draft boxes, or I guess we call them play boxes now. And they held about 5 of the set boxes once those got shrunk down to an appropriate size. And so you can kind of get boxes in that way to store the things you're going to be holding long term. And, when you're shipping stuff out, well, I don't like to work on more than about 10 orders at a time. If I get a whole bunch of orders in on TCG Player, I'll look through and I'll say, okay, well, give me 10 envelope orders, and I'll print those out and I'll fill them. And then, if I have a bunch of bubble mailer orders or orders that need to go in boxes because they're for a lot more cards, I'll print those out as a batch and work on them. So I don't just print out everything and work on all of it at once, because eventually I'm going to make a mistake doing that. But specifically, they asked what can they do about receiving boxes in when they've ordered stuff and they're getting it in. And the thing that I do that has helped me a lot is I use the feedback functions on TCG Player and eBay. And of course, it only helps when you're buying on those platforms. But when I get a box in, I open it up, I look at what's inside. If they actually included a packing slip, which most of the time people don't, but if they included a packing slip, I can verify against that. Otherwise, I have to look at the return address or the actual tracking number to figure out whose it was, who sent it to me. And then I mark on the feedback on either TCG Player or eBay a score. I say, yes, positive experience. And that way I can go through those feedback databases, see what orders I have not left feedback on, and then I know what I haven't received yet. And that way I can make sure that I get everything that I'm eventually supposed to get. Now, occasionally we order from other places like GameStop and Forge and Fire and Amazon, and, but those are kind of the minority places that we buy from. And so eBay and TCG Player feedbacks work pretty well for me for tracking what I've been buying and what I've actually received. So, if you're having a problem keeping track of it and you're buying from those 2 platforms, then start doing that and it'll help a lot. Let me know what you think, guys. Thanks to everyone who makes this content possible, especially my very generous supporters on Patreon who ask me these great questions and inspire these videos. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade.